5 seconds to go. Start. It was further pointed out that even though the petitioner was advised to improve interpersonal relationship and teamwork skills, her overall assessment was evaluated as very good. The next component of the writ petition is devoted to the allegations leveled against respondent number 3, Justice A. It is asserted that on 8th September 2011, the wife of the Chief Judicial Magistrate of X called the petitioner on her landline. During her conversation, she informed the petitioner that respondent number 3, Justice A, was eager that the petitioner should perform a dance on an item song on the occasion of Ladies Sangeet on 10th December 2011 during the festivities of the 25th marriage anniversary of respondent number 3. It is also the assertion of the petitioner that she politely refused the invitation by giving out that she had prior commitments for that date. It is sought to be asserted by the petitioner that for reasons of official protocol she felt compelled to attend the main marriage anniversary celebration scheduled for 11th December. It is pointed out that she ventured to do so in the company of her two daughters. It is alleged by the petitioner that on 11th December 2011, respondent number 3, Justice A, came close to her and whispered in her ear that she missed the opportunity of viewing her secretary and beautiful figure dancing on the floor. It is the petitioner's assertion that respondent number 3 also told the petitioner that he wished she could see her dancing. The petitioner claims that she was appalled by the above behavior of respondent number 3 and therefore she left the party along with her two daughters with tears in her eyes. The factual position narrated above pertaining to the telephonic conversation with the wife of the Chief Judicial Magistrate has been denied by respondent number 3. For this, respondent number 3 has appended the affidavit of the wife of the Chief Judicial Magistrate as annexure R16 with his counter affidavit. In her affidavit, it is inter alia asserted that she had neither called the petitioner on 8th December 2011 nor had she told the petitioner that respondent number 3, Justice A, was eager to watch her perform a dance on an item song. The other assertions at the behest of the petitioner narrated in the foregoing paragraph have been denied by respondent number 3. The girl had expressed a marked reluctance to stay with her father. The High Court was of the opinion that the children had developed long standing affection towards their maternal grandfather, aunt, and uncles. It will take a while before they develop the same towards their stepmother, the sex of the minor girl, who would soon face the difficulties of attaining adolescence, is an important consideration, though not a conclusive one. She will benefit from the guidance of her maternal aunt if custody is given to the respondent, which the appellant will be in no position to provide. Further, there is a special bonding between the children, and it is desirable that they stay together with their maternal grandfather, uncles, and aunt. In case of custody of the minor children, the family law, that is the Mohammedan law, would apply in place of the Act. Considering the provisions under Section 353 of the Mohammedan law, the High Court had held that the preferential rights regarding the custody of the minor children rests with the maternal grandparents. after making a doubtful proposition that in case of a conflict between personal law and welfare of the children, the former shall prevail. The High Court held that in the case at hand there is no such conflict. For the reasons aforementioned, the High Court, by its impugned order, set aside the order of the Family Court Bangalore, which vacated the interim injunction issued against the appellant. It is this order of the High Court which is challenged before us by way of special leave petition, which on grant of leave has been heard by us in the presence of the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parties. It was the contention of the appellant before us that the Act will apply to the present case because there is a conflict between the preferential guardian in Mohammedan law and the Act. It was pointed out that while deciding the custody of the minor children, the welfare of the children had to be taken into consideration and that it was guaranteed by the Act. They have placed their reliance on a case of Rajasthan. The Rajasthan High Court in the cited case held that where the provisions of personal law are in conflict with the provisions of Guardians and Wards Act, the latter shall prevail over the former. Stop.